Welcome to the Quantum Revenue Expansion Podcast. My name is Ursula, and I'm a sales expert, strategic business coach, and USA Today bestselling author. I love sharing strategies that show you exactly how to turn your annual revenue into your monthly revenue. If you're looking to take a quantum leap in your revenue or sales, your team, your productivity, your success, and your life, then you are meant to be here. My goal in every episode is to help you take your belief that it's possible to 2x or 10x your revenue while working way less to knowing that it is happening right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to Quantum Revenue Expansion, where we talk about turning your annual income into your monthly income. I'm your host, Ursula Minches. Super excited to be hanging out with you this week. It's just me, a solo show, and we're going to talk about how your freedom schedule can actually shift your vibe. And you're like, really? Can it? Yes. And I'm excited to dig into it. It's going to be kind of a short show today, but I really wanted to get this message out because, of course, everything I bring to the show is happening in real time for myself or for our clients. And one of the things we've just been noticing is the energy that someone brings to something makes an impact, right? Like how you show up, either excited about something or frustrated about something in your business really matters. And it impacts how others see you in that moment. It impacts how your team is reacting. It impacts how your clients see you. It impacts how you are in a webinar. I mean, for example, like if you show up to teach something and you're not feeling very excited about it, well, everybody's going to know that, right? Everybody's going to feel that. It's going to feel off. And so this is an opportunity to really just check in. Like, what is the energy that I'm bringing to this? In other words, what's my vibe? So we'll talk about that today. If you haven't registered for October 16th yet, my invitation is for you to join us because on October 16th, we're going to be doing something really cool. It's a free event. It's free for you to come and hang out with us for 2 hours. When I say we, it's me and Rebecca. Trisha's going to be there as well, holding everything together in the background. Rebecca and I are going to be sharing the 5 steps to create your freedom schedule, work 25 hours a week or less, and still double your monthly sales. Here's what I've noticed over the years is that when you get super clear on your next level revenue goal, the tendency can be like, okay, now I'm going to go on the hustle hamster wheel and just work all the time to try to make it happen. And that's the exact opposite of what I want you to do to get there. Instead, when you have that clarity, the opportunity instead is to get really clear on, okay, here's the revenue goal. Here's my dream salary. Here's how much I need to be paying myself. And like, here's what I should be doing to move this forward versus what I should be delegating to my team, right? Because once you have the clear goal, you got to look at like, what's my area? What's my zone of genius? What do I need to be focusing on to bring in the business and the clients or to lead my marketing and sales team to make that happen? Like what needs to happen here? Instead of all the busy work that I'm doing over here, that's not moving the company forward that I need to delegate. So we're gonna show you how to create your freedom schedule and what that really means. And we've never done this before. We've never done it this way. Rebecca and I talk a lot about our own freedom schedules. In fact, I was just on a call with her today and she was sharing the 3 trips she has coming up, right? Because literally she can work from anywhere in the world, but she can also take 15 days off or 30 days off. I can do the same. Like we've created the business in a way that we have ultimate flexibility and freedom. And if you don't have that yet, it's like, what's missing? What's really missing? So definitely join us. The invitation is in the show notes and I'd love to see you there. The last couple of weeks, I've been thinking, it's so funny how the universe works. The last couple of weeks, I've been thinking a lot about this idea of what's the energy we're bringing to everything? Like, what's the energy I'm bringing to work? What's the energy I'm bringing to my son when I pick him up from school? Am I just like, hey, how was your day? That's the worst question to ask kids, right? How was your day? Because part of their day might have been really great and part of it might have been really bad. So it's better to ask like specific, questions. Like, what was your favorite part about today? What'd you have for lunch? Like, what'd you guys do? What'd you play? Who'd you play with on the playground? What'd you guys do today? Right? Like really more about that versus measuring the success of the day. Too overwhelming. So what's that energy that I'm bringing to it? what's the energy that I'm bringing to my conversations with Tim? Am I like annoyed because the dishes didn't get done yesterday? And that's the energy I'm going to bring to him. Cause I guarantee you when he comes home, and by the way, that's not just his job. That's not like, oh, he's the dishes person. That's not, we have a shared dish plan at our house, just so you know. But if that's the energy I'm bringing to the first conversation I have with him, I guarantee you he's not going to be happy to see me, right? It's like bringing not such great energy to that conversation. When I have a meeting with Trisha, we're going to talk about we have a Monday morning meeting. Monday mornings, can be kind of a crabby time for me, probably for a lot of people, right? It's like Monday morning, you got to feel the weight of the week. There's a lot of things that you got to get done. So we have our morning meeting and like we're talking about a lot of things. And so it's like, I really got to check myself. What's the energy I'm bringing to that meeting? Because if I'm bringing crabby Ursula to that meeting, well, Trisha doesn't want to have to deal with me and that energy, right? And then that's going to derail the whole meeting. So anyway, that's been something that I've just been thinking about. And I've also been noticing the energy that others bring to things, right? Like when someone, we're in a lot of team sports, we're in a lot of kids sports these days. And so I happen to notice like what energy parents might be bringing to the school sports, what energy the coaches are bringing, how that affects the kids. And like that just has this domino effect. It's one of those shifts that you can do pretty easily to up your vibe is to notice how you're showing up and the energy that you're bringing. And today we're talking about how your freedom schedule can shift your vibe so you don't have to show up crabby to your Monday morning meeting, so that you're not, feeling really put out because you got to work on a Friday morning and you really wanted to be golfing or at the spa or whatever you'd rather be doing. And that's where I see a lot of entrepreneurs get sick and tired and literally get sick and often are tired in their business because they're spending time doing things they don't want to do, right? Like you didn't start your business to just have a job. And at the same time, that's exactly what it might feel like right now. It's like, oh, every day I just have a job that I go to that I don't really like. Well, how is that making you feel, right? Like how do you feel when you have to get on your computer and do things you don't want to do? Probably you don't feel very good. You probably feel a little crabby, a little annoyed, a little bit wondering like, why did I start my business in the first place? And then it gets super annoying when you hear other entrepreneurs, who love their business, who love what they get to do every day and they brag about it, right? And you're like, nah, I don't want to hear it. It's annoying, right? It makes you mad. It makes you mad because that's what you want. That's what we all wanted. We didn't start our businesses to have jobs. We started our businesses because we wanted to have freedom. And that's why after all these years, I finally just said, well, what is that? It's your freedom schedule. And when you create a freedom schedule, you can reverse into a business that you actually love. That is actually what we're going to do on October 16th. We're going to show you exactly how to create a freedom schedule for yourself and how that freedom schedule reverse engineers into your dream business, how you can pay yourself your dream salary, how you can make the kind of revenue you want to make every month. But having the freedom schedule is the thing. It's like the lever that you pull that creates the business the way you want it to be, the way you've always wanted it to be. And that includes time off. That includes only working the days that you want. It includes focusing on your genius activities, maybe between 10 and 2 every day or whatever that time is for you, right? But it's got to be very customized, very personalized to you, or it's you don't have a dream business. You don't have a freedom schedule. You have a job. You have a job that you don't like. A freedom schedule raises your vibration, raises your energy, raises your frequency because it's a container that allows you to only focus on your genius work. It allows you to only focus on the things that you love to do, not all the other stuff, right? Not all the other stuff that drains your energy. Because I'll tell you, if I have to go into my CRM and do a whole bunch of things, I'm crabby. That's not what I like to be doing. If I have to be on email for hours a day, I don't want that. Like, that's not going to make me happy. If I had to load up all my social media, I would quit my business. Like, I can be creative in the process of creating it, but I'm not creating all of it. Like I have a lot of help with that, but there's only certain parts of that that I'm really good at and that I actually want to be doing, right? Outside of some of these things, I need a team around me who's way better at these things than I am and who can do them in a way that like they get them done quickly. It's like their genius work. It's their dream job, for heaven's sakes, right? Like that's their dream job. This is my dream job. When we stay in our own lanes and I have this container called my freedom schedule, amazing things happen. I'm telling you, amazing things have happened. And the more I've lived into this, the more I have tightened the screws on my freedom schedule, the more my business has grown. Another business has formed because of this behind the scenes. Probably be talking about more about that as we go along. There's another business that wouldn't have happened if I didn't have a freedom schedule. It just wouldn't have. There's no way I could have gotten all those things done. So a freedom schedule will raise your vibe also because you no longer wonder every day what you're supposed to work on. When I meet a business owner and I ask them kind of like how they spend their time and they're like, well, it depends on the day. I'm like, no, that's not the answer, right? Like every day I know what I have to do. For me, my zone of genius is podcasting. It's coaching. I do some coaching. It's group coaching, some private coaching, but mostly group coaching. It's working on marketing and writing some of the marketing copy. Actually, I don't even do all the marketing writing anymore. I edit the marketing writing. I look at it to make sure it feels good, sounds like me, and the vibe is right. Like that's what I do. Visioning, planning, like kind of high level pieces. A lot of it's just showing up at meetings. Like the meetings are scheduled. Trisha makes that happen behind the scenes, and I show up to the meeting to do what I do. And that's pretty much it. So I don't wonder what I'm going to be doing on Friday. I already know. A lot of times I'm not working in the business on Fridays, right? On Tuesdays, I know that's a coaching day for me. Wednesdays, podcasting and admin day meeting. Thursday, coaching. And some other like networking meetings or just meeting with other people in the business. And that's it. Like that's what I do. And I love it. I love doing those things. So my invitation to you as you start to think about your freedom schedule is getting those things off your plate that you don't like to do. Just getting them off your plate. That's it. You're done with that. Don't do that anymore. And focusing only on your genius work. And I guarantee that your energy is going to go up. Your vibe's going to go up. You're going to be loving what you do again. You're going to love your business again. A freedom schedule, what's cool about it is it also forces delegation. I hear this a lot. I don't know what to delegate. Well, let me tell you a secret. Delegate all the things you don't want to do. Then delegate what you don't want to do, but also it also forces like processes and systems to be put into place to help with the delegation. And that's what starts to build these things in the background of your business so that when you're on vacation for 2 weeks, these things are already happening because they've already been delegated to a team member. You created a system and process around it. They know what to do. They know how to get it done. They know like it's done. So it does force delegation because it's like in your freedom schedule, you only work 10 to 2 hours a day. This is your container. I'm just making this up. It's different for everybody, but you're going to make that up so that during that time, you're only focused on your genius work and your team is doing all the other things behind the scenes, right? Like that's why you force this. Because if you just have 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, you're just going to spin your wheels and do busy work and the business isn't going to move forward. Instead, during that freedom schedule time, your scheduled time, you're focusing on moving the company forward. You're focused on the needle movers. You're focused on your zone of genius. That's what's moving the company forward, right? So it forces that to happen by compressing time. It's kind of like, before you go on vacation, you're like a superhero and you get 20 hours of work done in like 2 hours. And you're like, I don't know how I did that. Probably you delegated a bunch of stuff. You asked for help, right? You were focused. You were intentional. You were doing your genius work. That's what a freedom schedule does. A freedom schedule also forces you to have fun because when you get the things off your plate that you don't want to do, what's left? The things you do want to do, the things you like doing. Okay. And some of you, I can hear you already. You're like, well, I don't like marketing. Well, okay. But maybe in the beginning, those are some of the things that you need to focus on. So what could you do to make it fun? How could you gamify marketing? How could you simplify marketing? with our clients, we tell our clients all the time, there's only 3 ways that we want you to be marketing. And we want you to be consistent with those, have fun with those 3 ways of marketing, make sure you enjoy doing them. Because if you don't enjoy doing them, you're not going to do them, right? So really start to streamline your marketing. So you simplify it. It's very focused. It's very intentional, and it's reverse engineered from how many clients or customers you're going to bring in every month. But like, how can you have fun with that? Maybe it's, what would be fun for you is going out and speaking. Maybe what would be fun for you is being on more podcasts, right? Like, think about what you like to do in marketing. I had a client come to me one time and she's like, Ursula, she showed me her marketing plan, and her marketing plan involved going live on Facebook like 5 days a week or something. It was a lot, right? And so she had paid all this money for this program to teach her how to go live on Facebook and how to get clients for that. Not bad at all. In fact, I bet that system, for the right person, I bet that system worked really well. For my client, not. My client hated everything about being on video, about being on Facebook Lives. Like, it wasn't even that it was outside of her comfort zone. She just was uncomfortable and she hated it. Well, how's that going to translate on video, right? Like, if she hates that way of marketing, is she going to do it? No, it wasn't working. And so instead I asked, well, like, what would be a fun way for you to market this? And she's like, I love to be at live events. I love to be speaking into small groups. There was this whole other thing. She wanted to be connecting with people. Her personality type asked her to be connecting with people. So I said, well, can you change that? She said, yeah, absolutely. And she was so relieved. She had to get over the fact that she spent this money, right? But once she let that go and started to focus on having fun inside the marketing, inside of what was moving the company forward, that shifted from her. Having a freedom schedule and having you focus on those genius activities, those things that move the company forward, let me tell you, your sales start to go up naturally. Like, it's just a natural part of it. Now, inside your freedom schedule, one of the things that is really important is for you to pay yourself your dream salary. A lot of people are like, what's that about? Well, here's the thing. What I found is that if you don't kind of force an entrepreneur to pay themselves, they don't. It's kind of the last thing that happens. I love Michael Malkovich's book, Profit First, because he talks about that. He talks about the importance of paying yourself first, right? Profit first, pay yourself first. And I've taken that idea and brought it into the freedom schedule and said, well, paying yourself your dream salary and knowing what that is kind of inside of the freedom schedule forces all these other things to happen. It's like, well, how much revenue do I need to bring in to pay myself my dream salary, still be profitable, right? Like that's kind of part of the container. And then from there, it's like, okay, so within my intentional freedom schedule, X amount of hours per week working, what are the key things I need to be doing? If you're still doing the marketing, it's like, where do I need to be speaking? Where are my ideal clients? How am I getting in front of them in the most streamlined way to bring the company forward so the revenue can grow, I can pay myself my dream salary, and I can still be profitable? Like, that's what the freedom schedule brings to you, brings to our clients. And yes, I get very excited about that. And so today, like, these are the key ways that a freedom schedule can really shift your vibe, bring your energy to the next level. And it's really by doing only those things you want to be doing in your business and delegating the rest. And as I mentioned before, if that sounds like fun, come and play with us on October 16th. The link is in the show notes, and we'd love to see you there. All right, everybody, that's it for this week. Make this your most epic month yet. It's October. Happy Halloween. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you loved what you heard, be sure to leave a review on iTunes so I know what you like and can create content that guides you to up-level your business even more. If you want more strategic business tips, follow me on social media. You'll find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And you can visit my website at www.ursulainc.co. I love being on this journey with you and can't wait to connect with you on the next episode. In the meantime, make this your most epic month yet.